Hello everybody, I have recently bought a new microphone, so as you can see there's a bit of a dildo right there, as you can see the kind of shadow of it. So, just ignore that for now. You're just going to hear some clearer version of my voice, which I don't think anyone wanted to hear. And this is just another quick furry rant, because this is a problem that I've found very common. Okay? So, if I just get my ugly mug out here and put it in the corner, we're on Twitter, or X as it's called. And we're actually going to go on my profile because this thing happened recently on X. This happened recently and I just think it's a bit horrible, really, to know that it happened. So, click on media, let's say. Let's take a look at my latest drawing, for instance. This is a drawing of Kathleen. Now, there's this little button in the bottom right. Edit image. X is incorporating its Grok Imagine tool. So, for example, if I go and say, make her expression flat, it will put it through Grok AI. And I'm doing this, I'm sacrificing myself, alright, my own art, because as far as I know, there's no way to turn it off. And look, boom. Look how much of a crap job it's done as well. She looked beautiful before. And now she looks like she's just raised 7 kids and they've amounted to absolutely nothing. And here it just looks fucking awful. Like, that. This is... they've made her face tiny. And, like, I think my problem really is that it's bad for people who post their art onto X. Because they are going to get it purged and taken by X's AI system. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that to happen. Because feeding AI is not great for people who have hobbies, genuine hobbies, who draw this shit for free. I draw my shit for free, right? I draw it because I love drawing it. And there's a few people who've accused me of AI in the past, and they're irrelevant because it's not true. In fact, there is a time-lapse of one of my recent drawings. I know I use a poser, but it just makes it a bit easier for me. I could do it without the poser, but I don't want to spend 2 hours thinking of the pose myself. So, yeah. We're going to use the poser. Anyway, back to the topic at hand, because finding out the X thing meant that I had to make a bit of a transition to a different platform. So, whilst I will still post on X, I will move my art over to Blue Sky. So if I click on my profile, jordanos21.bsky.social, I only have 16 followers, and I don't post a lot, I say. I'm not the target demographic, I'm not a liberal, so that's a fact. I'm not really liberal compared to most who use this app. But I've posted a few things, including the Kathleen image. But what I noticed about it is that there's no option to put it through an AI that can purge your art, make it worse, and even make you lose a bit of sense of what you've been doing. You know, I spent a couple hours drawing this. I drew this on stream on Picato. My phone just went off. I drew this on stream, and I enjoyed every single second of it. The only thing I didn't draw on stream was the initial sketch, which I did in like an hour after a bit of deliberation from my friends and my server. Check it out in the description. From now on, if you want to see more posts of my art, like for example, here's the sketch that I mentioned. And it's a beautiful sketch, by the way. I spent quite a while on this, and the reference was just this picture of Kathleen. She's beautiful. But yeah, that's really why I want to make a video saying that using X is harming furry and just general artists, like all artists in general, even people who upload videos, their stuff's getting purged by the algorithm, and there is a way to seemingly turn it off. So the only way I think we can combat this is go to more, go to settings and privacy, go to privacy and safety, go to Grok and third-party collaborators, and turn everything off. This includes allow your public data as well as your interactions, inputs and results of Grok and XAI to be used for training and fine-tuning. This basically means that before you put it through the system with that Imagine tool in the bottom right, it was taking the art anyway and using it to train its own system. And also allow X to personalize your experience with Grok. That basically means that it's going to shift your interest topics and try to drive you away from them. I've noticed that when I've had this on. And also allow Grok to remember your conversation history. This is just for using Grok. I don't imagine a lot of you use Grok, the actual chatbot. You have to be pretty sad to speak to a chatbot. I mean, go outside, talk to people, go to a bar, meet somebody new, get fucking hammered, go to a gig, for God's sake. But, yeah, turn all this off, And that's the best I think you can do at this point. Hope you guys have had a great new year. I've had a pretty decent one. I say pretty decent. People who know I've had a pretty good new year to start. I plan to upload more this year. I plan to just do more good things for the world, you know. Trying to get myself better, trying to get you better. Trying to make content that you guys enjoy. So, thank you and goodbye.